Remember when retirement meant slowing down? Maybe a golf membership, a downsized condo, and long afternoons with the TV remote. That might work for some, but a growing number of boomers are rewriting the script. They're launching nonprofits, becoming life coaches, traveling the world solo at 70, starting YouTube channels at 80. The traditional golden years are being repainted in bold colors. Maybe they're the masterpiece. For generations, we were told to fade out quietly, punch the clock one last time, collect the pension, coast. But boomers have never been the coast quietly type. This is the generation that protested wars, built startups, marched for change, raised families while holding careers, and turned rock and roll into a religion. Why stop now? Winding down? More like winding up, with experience, freedom, and wisdom as fuel. I know a thing or two about second acts. In my mid-60s, when most of my peers were retiring, I started a publishing and photography business. I wasn't ready to call it quits. I had ambition. I had insight. And I didn't want an HR department stifling my creativity or a corporate memo telling me to tone it down. Starting a business in your 60s can feel countercultural. You're checking in while others are checking out. But here's what most people don't realize. Senior entrepreneurs have a 70% success rate. Younger entrepreneurs, only 28%, according to the UK-based Chartered Management Institute, CMI. Take Paul Tasner. At age 66, Paul was unexpectedly let go from his director role at a consumer products company. Instead of fading into retirement, he tapped into his network and his imagination. He launched a company that creates biodegradable packaging from agricultural and textile waste. Competing in Silicon Valley, where founders are young enough to be his grandkids, wasn't easy. I have shoes older than most of these people, Paul jokes, but he persisted. 5 years later, his company doubled revenue year over year, secured marquee clients, filed a patent, won over 20 industry awards, and carries zero debt. Then there's old Mike, an 80-year-old YouTuber, who started the channel Old Me Living Better in 2024. He now has 30,000 subscribers and a thriving online store. His message? Aging isn't a sentence. It's a setup for your best act yet. Reinvention doesn't mean starting from scratch. It means starting from experience. In my 20s, I launched a real estate company. I had passion, but not much experience or confidence. It didn't quite take off, but 4 decades later, I tried again with a different mindset and a much bigger toolbox. Now, at age 74, I create online courses on Udemy, run 2 YouTube channels, coach and consult, maintain 3 websites, lead a spiritual study group based on A Course in Miracles. And yes, I still find time to babysit my grandkids now and then. It's never too late to reclaim an old passion, volunteer in a cause that moves you, explore new tech, enroll in an online course, start a side hustle, just stay curious and start small. Your second act isn't just about doing more, it's about being more. This isn't about productivity metrics. It's about aliveness, joy, meaning. For some, it's starting a new business. For others, it's spiritual renewal, creative expression, or becoming the wise elder your younger self always hoped you'd grow into. And the best part? There are no rules, no titles, no timelines, just a question. What lights you up now? You've lived through wars, moon landings, mixtapes, recessions, and revolutions. You've raised families, launched careers, lost friends, found love again, and probably reinvented yourself a dozen times without even realizing it. But here's what matters now. You've got stories to tell, wisdom to give, and adventure still waiting for you. This isn't the end, it's the encore. So, what's your second act idea? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to feature some of your stories in future posts. And next week, I'll be sharing Tired of Being Tired? How boomers can reclaim their energy naturally. A guide for how boomers can reclaim their energy without stimulants or burnout.